Let's get this day started off right. As my day or night has come to an end this morning, I want to inspire you, encourage you however I can to have that good day that you might not feel like you deserve. We're going to get it right this morning. Oftentimes, we wake up in the morning. If we're not careful, we embrace the wrong perspective. We embrace the wrong perspective. One of the things that I see, or I have seen, that is a key indicator that this individual kind of difficult, rough start in the morning are those who say that I am not a morning person. I am not a morning person. That perspective right there, or that quote unquote conviction right there, is opening a window to view all the factors that come against them, where they embracing, where we can view it as a blessing that we actually have this opportunity to start our morning off, to embrace the good that we have in our day, the hundreds of blessings that we have upon God waking us up in the morning, are often turned to negative thoughts, negative viewpoints, to where I'm not a morning person. It's embraced that I see what type of day it's going to be. Like, why do we say I see what type of day it's going to be when we wake up in the morning, just based off waking up in the morning and the fact that we say we're not a morning person? Like, we are speaking into existence the day that we're going to have, and we wonder why we have a bad day. And on the cool, good morning family, good morning. I want to encourage and inspire you guys this morning to have an awesome day. All right. So when we say I am not a morning person, we're looking at all the things that should be considered a blessing as a negative. So it's not that we have a bad day. It's because we have a perspective to where we're already locked in on all the negative things, or we place negativity on the things that should be a blessing. So now that we've geared or programmed our mind to view things negatively, by having a negative perspective, we're going to see all the negative things throughout the day. We're not going to see the positive. We're not going to be able to experience the positive and the blessing throughout the day that's already pre-planned and destined for us for that day. Why? Because we're seeing the negative. So that's all we're gonna see, the negative. We're not gonna be able to see the light in the dark. Why? Because I'm not a morning person. Stop claiming that if that's you. Stop claiming I'm not a morning person. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm good. I want you guys to go out and have an awesome day today. You may have woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You may have woke up dealing with some type of physical pain. You might be under a little stress. You might be feeling a little, a little down, a little under the weather. Understandable. But that does not mean that your day have to continue and end that way. You're going to have to shake it off. Because how you viewing your day already, you're setting a tone for your day. You got to get out of that. You have to get out of that rut. You have to get out of that rut. Well, it's easy for you to say, what's troubling you this morning? What are you struggling with this morning? To where you feel like today is going to be one of them days. Like, what does that mean when we say today? I see now today is going to be one of those days. What are we talking about? What exactly are we talking about? One of them days. What are we talking about? So if we feel like today is going to be one of those days, we looking for all the evidence to support our claim, to support our declaration. So it's a possibility. Yep, today is going to be one of those days. How about we look at it like, you know what, today, like, this is not what's up. Like, this right here is, like, I am not finna have one of these days today. I had one yesterday. Today will not be like yesterday. All it takes is a slight shift of the perspective. We got to change our mindset too, because the mindset that we be having, like, it's the smallest things that can throw us over the ledge from the start of our day. One thing I've learned in the past with waking up in the morning on a good foot is accomplishments. Accomplishments. Even if it's one. Even if it's one. Why? Because there's something about when we achieve a goal, like, we feel good about ourselves. We get excited, we get motivated, like, we get ready, like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, so why not, if we know when we achieve something, it does something positive, healthy, and encouraging for us, why not set our day up to where we are waking up, getting to it, whether it's one goal, to where we strike that one goal out the park and we get that whatever endorphins that it sends to our brain, to where we get that accomplishment, like we achieve that goal for the morning. Why not set our day? Why not set ourselves up to win like that? You said you're going to start walking 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes in the morning. Get you a little 30, 45 minute workout. Some of you said that. Why haven't you started doing? You don't understand. Like, dude, it's hard to get up in the morning. It is. What time do you go to bed at night? So depending on what time you go to bed at night, if it's late, then yeah, it is definitely hard to get up in the morning to get after that goal, because you're tired and sleepy. Go sleep a little earlier, so you wake up a little early and get that 30, 45 minute workout, walk, exercise, whatever that is. And it's that simple. It's a sacrifice. Make enough of those sacrifices, then you're able to be more consistent. The more consistent we become, what I discovered is that's where the discipline will come in at, being consistent with it. Am I extremely disciplined? I am not. I need to be. But this is what I discovered on my quest when I have my moments where I'm being consistent and so on and so forth. But routine helped with this. Make sense? I'm gonna start reading a scripture a day in the morning time. Have you started doing that? Why not? And know that this not a calling you out type of deal. It's encouragement for one to let you know that you can do it. You may have to make some tweaks and adjustments with your nightly schedule, and then it's also to for you fulfill that commitment. You benefit from it. So what adjustments you need to make? If you say you're going to start doing something in the morning, you can do it, but if you're going to sleep late, it's going to make it nearly impossible to do it. If you do start doing it, then you're going to struggle with being consistent with it because, I mean, you're not getting the rest that you need. Go sleep a little early. That's it. That's it. It's all a decision. And then when you wake up in the morning and you do exactly what you said you're going to do, like that's going to make you feel good about yourself. Like that's going to show and prove to you that you can do it and that it's possible. And be consistent with it. So when that time comes where you're no longer motivated by it, because you've been consistent, you'll be able to continue up with it. Then you start to see the results. Then you begin to feel good about yourself. You begin to feel good about it again. Then you begin to get motivated all over again. And then you can take it to another level. Add additional 30 minutes to it. Instead of 3 days a week, now you're like, you know what? I can actually do this 4 days out the week. Take it up another level. It's possible. And when we begin to achieve goals like that, creates some type of positive mindset and a positive perspective to where now we can start waking up on the right side of the bed, or even if we wake up on the wrong side of the bed, we can create that shift because we done begin to train and program our mind from the fruits, the positive fruits that we produce from the labor that we've been putting in. Now we can create that shift, and then now we can start having a better start, a better set a better tone, more positive tone in the morning time, to where it's like, I see what type of day this is going to be. We can kill that noise because we prove to ourselves like, no, like that's like it don't have to be that way. But it's a decision that we make. It's a decision that we have. It's some adjustments that we can make. And we can be like, you know what? Like last week I had a really good week. Why is my week off this week? I don't understand. Then you can do an assessment, and then you can look at, okay, where did I go wrong? What am I doing differently? The proof will be in the pudding. It'll be like clear as heaven day. And then we can get back to what we started doing, incorporating last week before that, get back to that, and then now we can start creating those shifts to where we're no longer having those bad days as consistent. Are we still gonna have off days? For sure. But because now that we've seen that it's possible, because we've made it possible, it's easier to make those shifts to where we're having those days less and less and less and less. So then I will ask you, what's keeping you from starting your day off on the right foot? Like I said, oftentimes it's mindset. We do it to ourselves. I'm just not a morning person. I see what type of day this gonna be. Like, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. How you gonna declare what type of day it's gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Like, we create this negativity in our mind, and then we embrace it throughout the day. All from what we speak. And what we speaking is death over our day. Death over our situation. Death over our circumstances. Death over our life. We got to stop doing it to ourselves. And it's not that good does not happen for us. It's not that good doesn't come our way. It's just because we program our mindset and our perspective early on in the morning to where that's what we're focused on. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're noticing. Why? Because we program our mind in the morning time to see negative. So if we done programmed our mind subconsciously or even consciously by saying, oh, I'm just not a morning person, oh, I see what type of day this is going to be, we're programming our mind to see that in which that align with what we declare. So the good that's to come, we won't see it. Or if it does happen, then it's like, okay, what's going to, like, this is too good to be true. It's too good to be true. We expect bad or negative to come from or come within the brightness, the goodness, and the blessing of that moment, that reality, those circumstances, situations, conversations, opportunities. Like, we look for the bad and the negative and the positive. And we wonder why that's what we experience. That becomes our day. That becomes our week. That becomes our month. Ultimately, that becomes a bad year. And it's what we create in our mind. It's what we program our mind that manifests the negative. Granted, negative is going to come, just like positive is. But if all we see is the negative, we will always see the negative and the good. Very rarely will we see the good and the bad. So just shift your perspective and your mindset, like, moving forward. Stop declaring negativity over your life circumstances and situations over your day. It's just that easy to speak. Oh, I see what type of day it's going to be. I'm not a morning person. Complaining about the day. It's just that simple to switch and speak positive. Like, speak the opposite of what you've been speaking. That is negative. Like, speak the opposite. Expect the opposite. The good in every situation. And sometimes that's a slight change, slight shift that we need. So for you today, all one of you, encourage yourself today that you're going to have a good day. Declare today that you're going to have a good day. No matter what comes your way, that you're going to have a good day. You know who, like, you go to work, you know who the negative people are. Stay away from them today. Because they're going to remind you how bad things are. They're going to remind you how sucky your job is. They're going to remind you how much of an a-hole that you may deem your boss to be. They're going to remind you of all the negative things. You ever notice, like, with the negative things that you think on your own, the negative things that you always tend to see, embrace? Like, look at your circle. Look at your closest person who you talk to throughout the day. Are they negative too? In fact, sometimes you might be like, you know what? I'm going to have a good day today. But as soon as you talk to them, they drain you. They remind you how messed up things are. They remind you how bad this world is. They remind you how unfair life is. They remind you of all these things. Remove yourself from them. It's not that hard. They say misery loves company. I agree with that. Because one thing about misery, when you are going through it and you're venting and you have individuals who are miserable or just negative, who are gossipers, guess what? They're going to stand in agreement with what you're saying. They're going to add to what you're saying. All the things that you don't need to hear, they're going to give it to you. And it's going to make you feel comfortable in how you feeling right now. If you're going through it, you don't need nobody in your circle that's going to add to it. You don't need, like, get off the phone with them. Get off the phone with them. Shoot them a text. I'll hit you back in a little bit. Or I hit you back when I'm free. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to have yourself a good day. Today, stay away from negative individuals. Today, stay away from complainers. Today, stay away from gossipers. Today, stay away from, did I say it already? Negative individuals. Because when you're trying to have a good day, they're going to call you. When you're trying to have a good day, they're going to come over there in your work area and tell you what so-and-so said, what so-and-so did. Can you believe he said that? Can you believe she did that? Like, these are your, remove yourself from them today. And then work on move yourself from them tomorrow. and the day after that. I'm telling you. Sometimes all it takes is that slightest tweak. Whatever it is that you notice that tends to bring you down, put you in a dump, waking up on social media like it's negative there. Like, let's not wake up and go to social media. It's addicting. You feel me? And it's the algorithm. So if you used to watching fights on those platforms, guess what? More of them gonna pop up. If you're struggling with whatever addiction or whatever that like you've been watching, indulging in, guess what? It's gonna show. So try to give it a break today. Music. If you notice you listen to certain type of music that maybe get you angry, that makes you sad, that cause you to worry, podcasts, certain talk shows, whatever it is, you gotta start pulling back from it. Because if we already going through it in life, if we already struggling in some areas, the last thing we need to do is partake and indulge, be a part of, embrace anything that supports that in any way. It's hard, but it's simple decisions. So we have to ask ourselves, when it comes down to these things, what's fueling those fires? What's the gasoline that we usually pour on these different aspects of our life? Once we identify what the fire lighters are, the gasolines, we just have to simply choose not to pick it up. Easier said than done, but it's possible. Make sense? So look, do me a favor. Go and have you a good day today. Great day today. Wonderful day today. You deserve it. The things that you usually watch, the people you usually hang around, that like bring you down, that drains you, that have you thinking negative, that have you feeling away, shut it down today. Shut them down today. In fact, you ain't got to shut them down today. Just pull away from them. Just do you today. Do you today. What excites you? What encourages you? What make you feel good? Put you in the right mindset. I'm not talking about alcohol or drugs. I'm not talking about external things that's not healthy for you. Do those things today. Celebrate you today. You feel me? Simple tweaks. Simple tweaks. Make sense? Sir Minister, how you doing, my brother? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I just came on here and to encourage you all to have a good day today. An awesome day today. And listen to me, as I said earlier, stop waking up talking about I'm not a morning person. Get that out of your head. Stop declaring over your day, oh, I'll see what type of day this is going to be. Stop doing that. Because you're programming your mind to consciously or subconsciously see all the things that supports that I'll see what type of day this is going to be claim. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You have no idea what type of day I'm already having. I understand. Just because it starts off that way does not mean it has to end that way. Have you guys ever met someone that was like, you know their past? You know how they used to get out. And now they're actually doing really good in life. In the beginning, they started their life a certain way. And then now they're doing really good in life. Doesn't mean that they are without struggle, but they're doing really good in life. So if a person can start their life off a certain way and then transition into creating a much better, greater, fruitful, blessed life on the back end of it, what makes you think that because you start your day off a certain way, that you cannot make some decisions, changes, adjustments to where you can end your day off in a much better manner? It's possible. It's decisions. What was the point of me saying that? For you to be like, you know what? You're right. My day did start out bad. You have no idea how my day started off. But you know what? I'm not gonna let that be the determining factor of my day. I'm not gonna let that be the subtotal of my day. The sum total of my day. Let me get out of this rut. Let me get out of this mindset that I'm embracing. Let me get out of this victim mentality. Let me get off my, you know what I'm saying? And this my day. This my day. I'm claiming it now, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that this be my day today. It's all decisions. It's all decisions. So now you got to create your space that supports that. And if there are individuals in your life that you know that's going to come up against that with their energy, cut it short. because they're going to kill your vibe. All right? That's all I have. That's all I got. You may not struggle with this. You may be good in this area, but please share this. I can guarantee you someone who you can reach that I cannot could probably use it. And on a cool, we just never know what the next person is struggling with. We just never know how close they are to doing much worse than just throwing in the towel. Let's bring them closer in. Reel them in while we have a chance, because we just don't know how many individuals who are already at their breaking point. And guess what? They deserve to have an awesome day too. They deserve to have a better life too. They deserve to see something real quick. You feel me? So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and slide up over here. I just wanted to inspire you in some way or another to not only really have a good day, but just really start setting yourself up, setting a better tone, and getting started on a better foot in your morning time. The way you start your day doesn't mean it have to end that way if you started off bad. All right? So just be encouraged and know that I love y'all greatly. And I will talk to you all soon. Soon enough. All right? Peace.